Whether they remove the subsidy or not, we will still be in problem. If they remove subsidy, they will share the money. They have already shared it before collecting it. They say over 400 billion will go to Jonathan's government.
At the center of this political banditry is the motor park brand of politics, and in recent times by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Mr. President, it is through your influence that the Nigerian National Assembly has become a haven for legislative rascality. Mr. President, it's under your watch that the National Assembly has become an extension of the executive, grossly violating the principles of separation of powers and rubber stamping the whims and caprices of your office, all while singing the international anthem of sycophants on your mandate we shall stand. The National Assembly has in effect become the 48th member of the President's cabinet. While a cabinet minister by the name of Wike, is it Wike or Wike or Wakeep? While a cabinet minister has more or less become a third-time state governor in Rivers State, pampered by the indulgences of the president. Mr. President, Nigeria is too delicate for this kind of politics.
I've just told you what transpired in my discussion with him stays with me and with him. God guiding him and giving him wisdom will help this nation not to slide or go down the drain.
It's shocking, Abi. I sure say you don't wonder how we enter from here to here and here. Welcome to Updates with Precious. Now here we're giving an update of things that happen for inside Nigeria. So after my live yesterday evening, I realized say Pastor Tunde Bakare don't go visit President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now that's not supposed to be news because different people don't visit him recently. Davido don't visit him. He even visit him together with Governor Adeleke, will be an opposition governor, where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu cousin won't come out for office because now he come out and first for office. You know that kind of thing. So people just they wonder, say, no, people they visit him well. And remember, say other people self don't visit him, including Siminalayi Fubara, the suspended governor of Rivers State. So visiting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu shouldn't have been a problem. But the problem is, say, why Pastor Tunde Bakare and then waiting in talk after the visit? Now waiting shock a lot of people. Now waiting make people come they begin blast them. Nigerians on they blast Pastor Tunde Bakare left, right, and center. Say, Oga, fear God, though you be pastor. Why people come they talk like this now? Now. This is not the explanation where a lot of people get. Pastor Tunde Bakare been blast President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in April when he talk well about the administration, why they suffer the people, how he don't become a tyrant, how he don't do different things. We'll go here and when he talk him.
At the center of this political banditry is the motor park brand of politics, nurtured by the old brigade politicians, and in recent times by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Mr. President, it is through your influence that the Nigerian National Assembly has become a haven for legislative rascality. Mr. President, it's under your watch that the National Assembly has become an extension of the executive, grossly violating the principles of separation of powers and rubber stamping the whims and caprices of your office, all while singing the international anthem of sycophants on your mandate we shall stand. Mr. President, thanks to your political machinations, Nigeria is now bedeviled by a captured National Assembly, the most ineffective in its checks and balances role since the start of the Fourth Republic. In 2006, the Fourth National Assembly had the audacity to reject the tenure exemption bid of a sitting president. In 2010, the Sixth National Assembly summoned the courage to stand against a power hijacking cabal and restored Nigeria to the path of constitutionality by invoking the doctrine of necessity. In 2011, the House of Representatives of the Seventh National Assembly had the courage to elect its leaders, as did the Senate of the Eighth National Assembly in 2015, defying executive interference. This National Assembly, the 10th, has by its unconstitutional endorsement of the President's abuse of powers proven to be the most spineless in our recent history. Through its actions and inactions, the National Assembly has in effect become the 48th member of the President's cabinet. While a cabinet minister by the name of Wike, is it Wike or Wike or Wakeep? While a cabinet minister has more or less become a third-time state governor in Rivers State, pampered by the indulgences of the president. Recent events have made it clear to Nigerians that at this assembly being placed in 2006, when the third-term agenda was proposed, our democracy would have since morphed into one of Africa's lamentable tales of sit-tight dictatorship. To the president of the Nigerian Senate, who has not heeded the call to subject himself to an unbiased investigation, to clear his name of the allegations leveled against him, and under whose leadership the National Assembly has become a carry-go legislature, hiding under the umbrella of technicalities and a dubious voice voting system, I leave you and your conscience with the words of Frederick Bessiert, former deputy of the French National Assembly. He said, and I quote, "When plunder becomes a way of life for a group of men in a society, over the course of time, they create for themselves a legal system that authorizes it and a moral code that glorifies it." To the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, under whose brand of politics the institution of legislative oversight is collapsing and our democracy is faced with an existential threat, I say, Mr. President, Nigeria is too delicate for this kind of politics. If this state capture was what you meant by a Milokan, it is an anticlimax that can only be counterproductive at the end. I urge you, Mr. President, to think deeply and reflect on these words. No man is wise enough, nor good enough to be trusted with unlimited power. Mr. President, please stop playing God.
So you don't hear wetin Pastor Tunde Bakare talk and wetin people come they talk then they complain. In fact, he even called the anthem where people they go sing for international item of psychophancy. But right now, he don't come visit the president yesterday. And that person will be the vex that time. This now wetin he get to talk.
Sir, we have you in the country as one of those who speak truth to power. And you have demonstrated that recently, expressing your views about the administration. What specifically are those things you have reservations about?
Well, it's not about just reservations. It's about how the country will go well. My life, personal vision is to see a nation that works in my lifetime. And those things I've discussed with Mr. President. They're not hidden things, but I've learned that when you discuss with the person in charge, you leave it with him to do whatsoever he wills with what you have suggested. So I've had a private conversation with Mr. President, and I'm glad that he received me well, and I trust that God will help our nation. I've just told you what transpired in my discussion with him stays with me and with him. God guiding him and giving him wisdom will help this nation not to slide or go down the drain, but to bounce back so that it can leave a mark that cannot be erased. Well, I like to see a peaceful nation. I like to see Nigerians being their brother's keeper. I like to see good collaboration between the best of the North and the best of the South to steer Nigeria in the right direction. I like to see predictable progress in our nation. We have danced around some subjects for too long a time. It's time to take concrete action to ensure that the mercies of our country do not live in abject poverty.
Wait. Now people can say, excuse me. So all of a sudden you want the country to work, right? All you want for the country is to work. Why did you not have this patience during Goodluck Jonathan's administration when you took to the streets with your church members here when in Toka?
Whether they remove the subsidy or not, we will still be in problem. If they remove subsidy, they will share the money. They have already shared it before collecting it. They say over 400 billion will go to Jonathan's government. Over 400 billion will go to state government. Over 200 billion will go to local government. They have already spent the money before they earn it. They are just fooling color day to come and supervise an empty collection.
So you see why people don't begin react. You go see the different messages the way people just they put up. Not tell me to read them. People just they put messages. People just they lambast. Now some people just they post them. People even say, see Pastor Tunde Bakare during Jonathan administration. See who him be now. Hypocrisy in another level. People just they post the videos. People just they lambast. People can't see even pastors now. Not be problem for this Nigeria. Not be problem. But is it really that deep? It really did that deep. It really did that bad. Now what's in be say people for complain about like this? I really would like to take your thoughts, your actions, your reactions. What do you think about all this kind of things? Was it wrong for Pastor Tunde Bakare to go visit President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? And is it wrong for him to advise the president on things where in feel say the president need to do to improve our country? And especially because he keep most of those things private and close to his chest, he no one expose them. Should he tell us what he discussed? And must he shout for the president the way he shouts? And the person when he non vex or before don't hear him saying vex, go invite and make him talk to advise him. You know, the president is saying they find people who will give him constructive criticism. So could it not be that maybe Pastor Tunde Bakare don't tell him things when be saying really want for the country to move forward and he don't understand it. Now, what to make Pastor Tunde Bakare no one make problem about the thing? What do you really think? I go like to make you bring your thoughts, your reactions, and everything under here. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow us like your village people. Like this post and share it. I love you. See you again next time. Bye.